I am super excited. I just bought one of my favorite movie cars of all time, the Monte Carlo from Training Day.
Hey, grab that. So where's the office? Back at Division? Yeah, in the office, baby.
Well, kinda. Let's get to work.
How that sound? Yeah, that sound good. Tell 'em bring it down. I so windy, sing your town. Don't forget the dollar sign. How that sound? Yeah, that sound good. Tell 'em get in line.
Perfect. Okay. It's my first time sitting in it. The door handle just fell off. Can't make this shit up. What is that? Brake release. Glove box is locked. I gotta check that. Hopefully there's money in there. Oh, the key, the lock is just ruined. Gonna have to figure that out. Uh-oh. Oh. Let's charge the battery. Oh no, how do I get out? I got my jump box hooked up. She needs belts really bad, but we're running. There's 3 belts. 2 of them are almost off completely. Oh my God, look at the 8-ball shifter. Not out of gas, too. Shit, it's running better than I thought it was. Okay, okay. Oh, brakes need some work. Let's see if we have reverse. Uh-oh, that's not good. Oh no. I do not have reverse. Hopefully, well, okay, there goes reverse. We gotta get it in the shop while I still can. Yeah, it's probably low on fluid, hopefully. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, don't hit my truck. Don't hit the truck. Beautiful. Oh shit, how do we get out? She needs some work. Okay, we finally got her inside. Let's take a look at it. You guys are looking at it the same way I'm looking at it. Like I said, I bought this sight unseen. I did have some pictures, but not many. He only had like 2 or 3 up. One very interesting thing before we get into this whole mess is, this is a 1978. The Monte Carlo in Training Day is a 79, but you can easily switch parts over from 78 to 79. There's only like 2 or 3 little things that are different on them. But check this out. This is a 78 taillight and whatever you call this piece here, I'm not sure. That's how a 78 is. Look at this. He already started switching it to a 79. The 79, the taillight wraps around the corner, and then it has a different piece here. So that's pretty awesome that I already have, you know, one of these already started. This isn't the best looking taillight, so I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't find maybe just a complete set of 79s. But it's super awesome that it's kind of already started to do the transformation that I'm wanting to do. Yeah, it's beat all to hell, which, you know, most 80s cars are. But it's definitely fixable. It's a little bit rougher than I wanted as far as how straight it is because it does have to be black. The Training Day Monte Carlo is black. Black, whenever you paint black, it just shows every single little imperfection because it shines like a mirror. Black is by far the most, you know, transparent color as far as like bad bodywork or nicks or dings or anything like that. So that's a little upsetting because we really need it to be straight, but we'll figure it out. No big deal. All this chrome needs to come off. The Monte Carlo in Training Day doesn't have the side chrome. It does have the chrome on the roof and stuff, which is okay. Yeah, we gotta take all this off. Missing a lock. This door handle is not hooked up. I found out interior is not great. Got a lot of shit missing in here. Obviously the front seat doesn't look good. Cracked dash, broke windshield. I have not been in the trunk yet. I came back here to use the key and the lock mechanism is gone. So I'm gonna get a screwdriver. We will pop this trunk and see what we got in there. Hopefully it's my door panels and stuff because I really don't want to have to try and find those. As you can see, I'm missing, yes, I do have the back still in, that's good. But yeah, let's check it. Damn, that is way back there. Oh, got it. Yes! Sweet. Ooh, that's busted all the hell. Need to get a passenger side. Driver's side looks good. There are my door panels. Oh. Oh, wow. I didn't realize that. There are 2 pieces. Oh, okay. So that needs re-glued, but I do have 2 of them, don't I? I think so. Oh, that's the broken. I bet this is the 79. Because they were trying to change shit over for the 79. I bet that's what that is. We need that. What the hell is that? Oh, broken mirror. Got a bunch of little brackets in there. I don't know what those are. Well, I don't know what these are actually. I was gonna say, I assume they go to the door panel, but I don't know what that is. That might not even be a car part, to be honest with you. And we got a spare and some other knick-knack bullshit. Okay. No rust back here is really nice. Super happy to have those. I was already checking for door panels online and they are not cheap and they weren't in any better shape than that. So that's really nice. Let's go take a look at this motor. We already know from our drive, it would not go in reverse. Whenever they don't go in reverse, usually it's because you're low on oil. Whenever you get, or low on transmission fluid. Whenever you get low on transmission fluid, reverse is the first gear to go out. So let's check that out. Also, first look, I see like 3 vacuum lines that aren't hooked up. So that's never good. Okay, check it out. Look how loose some of these belts are. That one is just worn down to nothing. This one is just barely even on there. We definitely need all new belts. Looks like my wires are plugged in. The battery is new and it was already dead, so that makes me worried about this alternator. But hopefully it just isn't spinning because this belt was so bad. So I got new belts coming. Vacuum line not hooked up. Vacuum line not hooked up. Vacuum line not hooked up. That's just a breather not hooked up. So yeah, we need to get all that little stuff hooked up and good. I don't care about putting a 4-barrel on it. If the 2-barrel is working, there is usually a fuel filter inside there. I'm gonna go ahead and crack that all out and we'll just kind of do some general maintenance on it. See if we can't get it running a little bit better. But first, we need to get all these leaves and shit out of here and then we'll start digging in. Okay, so funny story. All 3 belts are just completely shit. They are no good at all. I go to O'Reilly's, I get a bunch of new fluids. I say, hey, I need the 3 belts. On a Monte Carlo, me and the O'Reilly's guy are sitting there for probably 10 minutes trying to figure out which combination of belts. And I said, what's going on? What's the problem? He goes, I need to know, if it's the alternator, power steering, pump, fan. I'm like, what is going on? He goes, there's 10 different belts that it can be. And I said, well, here's the ones that are on it. They're so worn out, you can't really tell. I said, you know what? Give me all 10. So bada bing, I got every belt that a 78 Monte Carlo should ever take. So hopefully that combination of belts, we should be able to get these all put back together, which is really nice. Also, got some transmission fluid, got some brake fluid, all kinds of fun stuff like that. I did not get the fuel filter because I haven't dug into it yet. So that's what I want to do right now. I want to see how bad it is. It's running okay, so I'm not too worried about it, but it's always something good to check whenever you're kind of just going through all this shit. So let's do that. Okay, we are doing our general maintenance. I got the belts replaced. That was a real big pain in the ass. Got it taken care of. Fuel filter was actually fine. Didn't even have to change that. It looks brand new. Came over here to check my brake fluid. This is real interesting. No, God! Yeah, that is transmission fluid. No! I can't say that I've ever seen that before in my life. Holy shit. So, yeah, I guess I can drain it from here and then top it off and see what happens, but I assume I'm gonna have to get it all out of there. Wow, that's a new one for me. Oh, I got it all out of there, but I don't know. It's still in the lines, but let's see what happens. All right, we are continuing with our service. I got all the vacuum lines either plugged or hooked back up. There was like 5 of them. I mean, I can't tell you how bad that is for an engine having that many vacuum leaks, just all kinds of issues. We did get the brake fluid filled up, and then check this out. I just realized 20 minutes went by and I already have a leak, and one of these reservoirs was bone dry whenever I went to change it. That obviously was the back, so I have a bad brake line we're gonna have to change out. No big deal, not the end of the world. I can't really see where it's at, so I'm not gonna mess with it just yet. I'm gonna continue on with all this stuff. I'm trying to do the transmission fluid and then the oil, and then we're gonna go ahead and fire it up and see if it's running a little bit better. But there's just so many little problems that we needed fixed, and hopefully we're putting a dent in them now. But let's continue. Okay, we got all our fluid changed, got all the vacuum lines done, got everything done except the brake line that's bad. I got parts coming, but they're not going to be here this video. I want to see if it sounds better now that hopefully that took care of a lot of issues. Really need the WD-40 to the door. Still sounds like I got a vacuum leak. I got a little bit of a rattle sound. I think the air compressor might be bad, or the bearing in it, because I don't hear it all the time, but I hear it every now and then. I did forget to check to make sure it was charging whenever it was running, so I'm going to do that now. It looks like they had some of the bolts off of the alternator, so that's never a definitely got a WD-40 to the door. We're charging. 15 volts. I wonder why they were taking bolts off then. Maybe they were taking the bolts off to do the belts. Let's take it for a little drive. Oh shit. I keep saying I need a WD-40 this door and I haven't. I don't know why. We're gonna take it for a drive. We probably shouldn't. It's not great, but it could be better than it was. Need to make sure I have a reverse more than anything. We got a reverse, baby. Oh, wow. Look at this. This mirror's going. Running good, man. Okay. Brakes are not as good as they were a second ago. Very low in gas. Oh shit. Brake light is on. It just came on. I didn't even know it would come on. That's awesome. Brake light is on. We definitely got to fix our back brakes. Front brakes do most of the braking, but when you're going fast, you really need the rears. Because right there, a little bit ago when I locked it up, it did not want to stop very quick. Sweet! Oh, it's running so much better than it was.
The next day.
Day 2, we are back on the Monte Carlo. I ordered a ton of parts last night. I also made a video, posted it to TikTok and Instagram. Go follow me on TikTok and Instagram. And I said, hey, I just got the, Monte Carlo from training day. I'm gonna try and build it up. I just ordered airbags and a ton of other parts. 99% of people were like, that is so awesome. 1% of people lost their minds that I would put airbags on it and not hydraulics. The movie car did have hydraulics on it. I personally am not a fan of hydros at all. I have a couple buddies that have them, and they cost 10 times as much as bags, and they ride super rough. I mean, they basically are like riding with no suspension. I had a couple lowrider guys reach out, and they said, hey, they're not that bad anymore. You can actually kind of soften them up, but they're still not a great ride, and they're still 10 times as much as I have in bags. So I'm gonna be bagging this. I do apologize if that upsets people, but I don't need it to be perfectly correct to the movie car. Technically, at the end of the movie, the car gets shot up and blown up. So if I want it to be, you know, perfectly correct to the movie, we need to blow this thing up. I don't want to do that very badly. I do want the look of the car, but I'd like it to be able to drive a little bit nicer, you know, than being super bouncy. So we are going to be doing airbags. I got all the stuff coming. It'll be here next week, so we'll start on that in the next video. But for now, we just took it for its drive. It's running really good. I'm really happy about it. The brake line is shot, and I was losing brakes during the drive, which was not fun at all. I was scared shitless. So we're gonna go ahead and jack it up, look at the brake line, and also all of this chrome needs to come off. The only chrome on the movie car is on the roof. I thought this clipped on. Looks like there's about 100 little screws. So let's get it jacked up and start taking those off too. Okay. Good news is that top piece was glued, so it came right off. This chrome lip wasn't too bad. I only had one screw that fought me. Naturally, we come back here. Every single one of these is just rusted solid or stripped. So I'm gonna have to actually grind them out. Not really happy about it. I had a couple of Monte Carlo guys tell me these always rust out the rear frame rails. Just make sure that the rust isn't near your arch, because then it's not super structural. It's easier to fix. Sure enough, I have rust. It starts about right here. Actually, no, it's a little bit farther back. Right there. We're gonna have to put a plate in it. But luckily, I got nothing anywhere else. Obviously, any frame rust is serious, but if it was here, it basically would be a deal breaker on this build. But that's okay. Whenever we'll do our airbag stuff, I'll go ahead and plate all that. But for now, I need to grind all these out because they're just stripped all to hell. And then this side will be done. I already like the looks of it a lot better without the chrome. I think the chrome makes it look cheap. Also, somebody put like an AutoZone chrome edge on the door. I hate those the most, so we're gonna pop that off too. But yeah, now we have to cut some shit. Okay, I got all the chrome off. I cannot tell you how excited I am that there is no rust. Anybody that has ever removed a molding knows that water can get trapped behind it. These moldings actually go all the way around the lip and they're held. So just so much mud and shit came out whenever I was pulling them off, but zero rust. I mean, that is so lucky. This is a Missouri car. Like, we don't have good track records. Really, really happy. I could not be happier, to be completely honest with you. This quarter panel is beat to hell, but that's okay. If it's no rust and solid, I can deal with dents. I can change dents around. It's not that big of a deal. Very, very happy. The other side is the exact same way. I think what I'm going to do now, I still need to do my brake line because it's still rusted, but I think what I'm going to do now is start taking the rear end apart. My rear bumper is completely shit. It is not good. It's just distorted. It's real bad. So I think I'm going to start taking it off, seeing what all needs replaced under there, because I know I need a new rear bumper because it's not even salvageable. But yeah, let's pop it off. Well, I have some good news and some really, really bad news. The good news is I think I can actually make this bumper work. This bumper just fit really bad, and I saw this crack, and I just wasn't very happy with it. It just fit horribly, but after looking at it, it was actually in a bind because I have a rusted rear horn. This one is really bad. The good news is, quotation mark, good news is, it only is about 18 inches and then it stops. If you look, these actually have just a little bit of a tilt to them, and they must just hold water like crazy. It's like I said in one of the earlier videos, Monte Carlo guys told me to look out for this, and they said they almost always happen. So this side being as bad as it is, that side's not good, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't go back as far. That actually kind of put this bumper in a bind, and I think that's half the reason it wasn't fitting really good. The good news is the body is super solid. Nothing is moving in here. I was trying to push it in to see if anything would wiggle in, and it wasn't. So bumpers are like $350, super expensive. Nobody remakes them, so you got to buy a used one. And the used ones I'm looking at don't look great. So I think we can make this one work, which is nice. But that's going to be a little bit bigger of a job than I thought it was. Still no big deal. I've built frames from scratch before, so I can certainly patch one. But I'm going to need to get some 2x3 square tubing to kind of tie all that in, but it is nice. I think I will be able to reuse that bumper. I think I'm going to go ahead and wait on taking the tail lights. I was going to go ahead and start stripping this stuff. I don't really need to go that far since we have frame work to do, so I'm just going to wait on that and start digging into the brake line now. Let's go see how bad it is. It already has a nice little puddle. The good news is the puddle is actually brake fluid that I put in yesterday. So that makes me think the transmission fluid that was in there, maybe the guy just put transmission fluid in there just to get it on the trailer when I bought it. I don't know. Bad news is the transmission fluid can just ruin all the rubber in the system. So I need to double check all my brake hoses even better because there might be, they might be deteriorating because of the transmission fluid. But let's crawl under there and see if we can't find this leak. Check it out. I got the rusty part cut out. Unfortunately, I went through all my brake lines. I do not have the right size. I have the right size fitting, but not the right size lines. And I got to get this video out. So I'm going to go ahead and order those. We will do this on the next video. I do have some awesome news though. The rims that are on the Training Day Monte Carlo are chrome 100 spoke 14-inch rims. Well, they're very expensive. They're like $2,000 a set. I figured I'd check Facebook Marketplace. Sure enough, here in St. Joe, Missouri, which is where I live, there is a set. They're used, but they don't look too bad. They have huge tires on them. They have way too big tires on them. The Lowriders, they actually run like a lot smaller tire, but the rims look really good. It has universal adapters that will bolt up to the Monte. So I'm gonna go check those right now. They are for sale for $250. Well, they're for sale for $500. I'm gonna offer $250. The person sounds like they're ready to get rid of them, and I'm super excited. So let's go check them out. Hopefully I can buy them, and I'm running out of time on this video, but I'd like to at least throw one on if I end up buying them. The only reason I'm not gonna buy them is that they're just completely shit. They look good in the photos though, but let's go check them out. We got them. I just got them unloaded. I bought them for $250. Super excited. They look perfect. I've been looking at a lot of pictures of the training day car, obviously. And that is the exact center that it has, the exact wheel. The tires are way wrong though. These are way too big. Really, really excited. They're really nice. They need cleaned up, obviously. One of the threads is messed up on the adapters, but I can replace it. I'm gonna try and fix it first. But I think we got to throw one of these on there and then call it a video. So I've never really put Lowrider wheels on with an adapter. So this is going to be a learning experience, but let's see it. So the person I bought these from, they said they had the tool to put this hub on, but I don't know if they actually had it. So I probably need to buy that. These cones or nuts or whatever the hell they are, they're beat a little bit worse than I thought they were. So I will probably replace those as well. But that is definitely the right size and the right look. I was a little worried they were gonna be too wide. They look perfect. Oh yeah. Cool thing about these, the rims are really expensive. Adapters and the nuts are not that bad. I think I can get a full set of 4 for like $150. Oh, that's hard to do one-handed. Check it out. Just in case you've never seen, these are called knockoff wheels. See? There's your adapter. Oh, super cool. Like I said, these you can change out and you can get new, I don't know if they call these nuts or what they call them, but it's a giant nut is what it is. And they're threaded backwards on, I think, the passenger side or vice versa. Super cool. I cannot believe I picked these up for $250. Really, really exciting. We are definitely off to a pretty good start on our training day build. Ooh, I just got my new air cleaner that showed up for this. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on. I have been driving it without an air cleaner on, which is pretty dumb, but let's go ahead and throw it on real quick. Sweet! By the way, I ordered this from Speedway yesterday, and it's already here. I friggin' love them so much. We had to do a little bit of adjustment, but I do not hate the way that looks. The motor is obviously greasy and filthy, but we're going to go ahead and clean all that up, but that's going to be on the next video or 2 videos from now. Obviously, performance is not the most important part of this car. We're just going for Lowrider cool. So the fact that it's running 10 times better than it was when I bought it, very, very happy. Considering the fact I've only owned this car for about 3 days, I am really excited with the progress we have made in 3 days. This is going to be a new weekly build series here on YouTube. I am extremely excited. I love the training day Monte Carlo. I'm not really a 70s or 80s car guy, but I just have always loved this one in film. It just looks so good. It's gonna be a ton of fun. If you're not already subscribed, hit that button now. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, comment, all that good stuff I tell you at the end of videos, and check out some of my other videos. Peace, love ya.
I cannot really been addicted to you.